What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, some massive information just came out the other day by Temporal. For those who don't know who this man is, he is basically a data miner for Battlefield 2042, or any Battlefield project to be exact. And he revealed a little bit more information about what to expect out of the class system that's going to be introduced into Battlefield 2042. For those who don't know, or maybe, the beginning phase of Battlefield 2042 was so bad that you just chose to ignore the game and just push it aside. I don't blame you whatsoever. But basically, DICE has tried to find a middle ground for everybody who wants the traditional class system back in the Battlefield franchise, as they should, because Specialist, I'll be real, I kind of supported them in the beginning, but as time has gone on and the more playtime I have with them, I really do think that the traditional class system just plays a much better role when it comes to the Battlefield community, and it encourages players to play a little bit more teamwork than just run off solo and do whatever they please. Now, so far, the only information DICE has officially released to us is that, every few specialists are going to be locked into a specific class. So there will be an assault class, support class, engineer class, and a recon class, just like, every other traditional Battlefield game. Maybe a change of title here and there, but it's the traditional class system, just not completely, the real traditional class system. But basically, they're going to go ahead and split the specialist across the board through all these classes, and each specialist will have unique abilities. So basically, like the spawn beacon, for example, I believe the spawn beacon is going to be exclusive to the recon class, so on and so forth. You get the idea here. But that's all the information we have heard about the class system when it comes to Battlefield 2042. But Temporal, like I said, just data mined a lot of good information. Basically, on top of the class system they are introducing into Battlefield 2042, they are adding weapon proficiencies. Now, for those, once again, who don't know, DICE already came out and said that they don't want to go ahead and lock weapons behind classes. Now, I have to be real. I don't know how I personally feel about this. I don't know if this will be good or bad. At the end of the day, I do enjoy using whatever weapons, I want, depending on the character I want to be. It's cool being a medic and being able to use an LMG or an AR, SMG, marksman rifle. Whatever I'm feeling for the moment, the map, I can still play my medic role without feeling like, I'm at a disadvantage. But at the same time, this right here is what made the classic Battlefield games feel so good. You weren't able to branch out and use whatever weapon that you possibly wanted in any scenario, depending on the class you wanted to pick. Now, certain Battlefield games, yeah, they would have things like maybe shotguns are universal or DMRs are universal, but at the end of the day, you had to rely on teamwork back in the day. If you're a medic and you only are allowed one set of weapons, you have to hope that the rest of your team, your support players will play their roles, your engineers will play their roles, your recons will play their roles, so you can still be a medic while being forced down one weapon catalog. Again, both sides, I don't know which one is better or which one's not. But when I look at Battlefield 2042, I see it from a perspective that it's already been designed. You have to understand it's already been made from the ground up. To expect specialists to be removed from this game after EA already signed multiple different contracts with these actors and actresses to work on this game, you have lost your mind. Trust me, you're not the only one who wants to see it gone. I want to see them gone. But this is something that we have to hope for the next Battlefield title. When it comes to this one right here, like I said, if you don't like this, then at that point, might as well just move on. Don't even stress with Battlefield 2042. Don't let it ruin your mood. But if you were curious about this update and you do want to see some improvements to Battlefield 2042, this right here is actually a nice in between because, again, we can't remove specialists. The weapons are already, designed all across the board how they are. They've already put in a lot of work to trying to find a middle ground here. The weapon proficiencies, I think, will be a perfect alternative between the locking weapons behind, a class. Because now, every single class will have benefits if you use the weapon that is designed for that class. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to cut the gameplay off just for a hot second so I can flash up this image that Temporal went ahead and sketched up for us. Keep in mind, this is not official information. EA didn't sit down and design this for us. This was all data mined and showcased by Temporal. But you can see right here, he's showcasing all the classes. You have Assault, Support, Engineer, and Recon. Basically, from his data mined results in December of 2022, he found that the Assault class has assault rifles, obviously, and their benefit is 3 extra mags. The Support class has SMGs, which have a faster draw time. The engineer class has LMGs, improved accuracy while crouched or prone, and recon, obviously, you guessed it, sniper rifles, which they have immediate and constant steady scope. Now, once again, this is just simply insanely good information, because if you go ahead and look over to the announcement that was done November of 2022, the assault rifles were obviously going to be in the assault class, but it was going to be assault rifles are ready to fire quicker after sprinting. The support class was going to have LMGs as their main thing, which, they have additional magazines, and obviously it's better when you have a bipod up. Engineers were going to have utility items. Utility. It wasn't even an SMG here. You could look at the official, announcement of November 2022. There's no SMGs on that side. They had no plans of letting anybody use that. But engineers had utility, and then obviously recons with sniper rifles. At the end of the day, you could tell the announcement in November was just garbage. They had no clue what they were doing with the whole class system. I'm honestly shocked they even decided to not give anybody SMGs, and they were going to give engineers utility. I mean, what a weird, strange idea. But fast forward to December 2022, we pretty much have everything rearranged to a role that's going to be perfect. The assault class has assault rifles. The support players have SMG so they can get up close and personal to help their teammates and revive them. Engineers will be able to have LMGs. They're going to be focusing on taking out helicopters, taking out tanks. They're going to have support weapons. And then obviously recon sniper rifles. You don't even have to, say anything about that. If they changed that, then, they really didn't know what they were doing. But at the end of the day, this whole list is just absolutely phenomenal. And this is everything that I could ask for a middle ground out of this class system. I want to keep putting in an emphasis on that, because people are going to say, oh, JB, well, this isn't the class system. You've lost your mind. I'm just simply beyond that point. It's impossible to play this game if I'm going to be with the same mindset that they're going to change it. If you keep believing that they're going to change it, then you're going to be angrier and angrier every time they don't. So my main mindset is that nothing is happening with this game. The only thing they could do is try to make things better, since the foundation was already set. And this right here is a nice way to find a middle ground to give the community what they want, because they could have simply just not changed anything, because that's what their main idea was going to be. But to even attempt to find a middle ground was actually decent. And like I said, with these weapon proficiencies, you might actually see people stick to the weapons that are made for their classes instead of only using one gun. I think that's the main reason why people hate this new system, is that it lacks a lot of variety. Now, I will give it to DICE when it comes to balancing weapons. They've done a very good job with that. But it still doesn't change the fact that you see people use the same thing over and over and over again, right? And we've had this problem in the past. You have medics who only play medic because they just want to heal themselves or use one of the overpowered weapons. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But still, you were able to find more variety. If you saw a support player, you saw some LMGs on the field. You saw recons, you saw some snipers on the field. You saw an assault player, maybe you have an AR shotty, same thing with support SMG shot. And, I don't know what you're rocking. At the end of the day, there was variety. Now, not so much variety. It's still there, but you'll see pretty much everybody rocking the SCAR or something like that, or an AK or something like that, right? So this right here should hopefully encourage people to step out of their boundaries. Now, will they? Potentially not. If I'm really thinking about it, SMGs having a faster draw time for support, is that beneficial if I'm thinking about how, the draw times are right now for all the weapons across the board, my ARs and SMGs? Not really. ARs, 3 extra magazines. It's useful, but I could just carry an ammo box or find a support player who's going to drop me some ammo. So I don't necessarily think it's going to completely overhaul the game and make people stop using only one gun, but it will help. And if they could just get it out to the community and allow us to give them feedback, we could build on this system. It's still a system that's in place that could be worked on. This isn't, set in stone. They're not going to release this and they'll never change it again. No, this is something that we can adjust. So I like the foundation, I like what I see, and hopefully we can work on it to make it so people do feel way more encouraged to use the base weapons for their class. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a massive favor, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions down below on how you feel about this whole system that's being introduced into Battlefield 2042, and I'm really curious, again, I understand if you don't really care for it, but I want to know about the thoughts and opinions about people who are still playing this game and who are anticipating this, introduction, this middle ground to the class system. Do you think this is good enough? Is this what you were expecting? Do you want more? Do you want less? Is anything that you would twist around personally to ultimately perfect the whole system? Like I said, go down in the comment section and leave all your opinions down there. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Moments I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification button. Also, want to chat me this too, we do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See y'all next one. Peace out.